Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm in my own version of heaven on earth here in the Ocala National Forest. I hope you're enjoying your heaven on earth wherever you are. Thanks for joining my channel and studying the lessons of A Course in Miracles with me. Today we will be studying lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. And this is the third lesson in a 3-lesson progression that's really around understanding this topic and this idea that we are creating the world that we see, and that we know that there is something else out there in here for us to experience. But I will tell you that this lesson opens up. The first paragraph is worth rereading many times because it's that grown-up adult medicine that's telling you all the experiences that you are having right now that are uncomfortable or that you don't like, or the people that are in your life where it feels like, there's something weird about this or whatever. You are creating it. You have completely staged the whole thing because there's something for you to learn. There's corrections in your mind to be made, and you should be grateful for any discomfort or anything that presses you into a more awakened, softened, mature, aware version of yourself. So let's jump right on into this one. It is impossible to see two worlds. Here we go. Jesus has his mic drop moment right here up front. I mean, the whole thing is pretty darn good, but let's go. Perception is consistent. What you see reflects your thinking. So I just want to stop right there for a second. Whatever's going on in your mind, your thinking, you may not be aware of. Much of our issues are unconscious, and that's why we project and paste them on to others and other experiences and things like that. So that right there, what you see reflects your thinking, could be an entire day or two of meditation, right? Because what you want to be shown is those unconscious, buried, confusing things that aren't coming to the surface to help you either do the healing work or at least have awareness that you're causing issues in your own life because of this thing. And your thinking but reflects your choice of what you want to see. So there's another thing. You want to see this. You want to be uncomfortable and be angry and judgmental at some level. Your values are determiners of this. For what you value, you must want to see, believing what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value. And no one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants. Ouch. Yet who can really hate and love at once? Who can desire what he does not want to have reality? And who can choose to see a world of which he is afraid? Fear must make blind. For this its weapon is, that which you fear to see, you cannot see. Love and perception thus go hand in hand, but fear obscures in darkness what is there. So that's also another complicated layer here. The things we're afraid of, we can't see. So the fear makes us blind. So it's like, that's why when we see those things that we are afraid of or don't like about ourselves, we see them so clearly on others. But when it's ourselves in our situation that we've created, we're blind to it. It's such a tough place to be in, but that's where we all are apparently. What then can fear project onto the world? What can be seen in darkness that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear, and what remains is but imagined. Yet what can be real in blind imagination of the panic-born? What would you want that is shown to you? What would you wish to keep in such a dream? Fear has made everything you think you see. All separation, all distinctions, and the multitude of differences you believe make up the world. They are not there. Love's enemy has made them up. Yet love can have no enemy, and so they have no cause, no being, and no consequence. They can be valued but remain unreal. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Today we will not seek for them, nor waste this day in seeking what cannot be found. And I can't help but think about this year is an election year, and I'm sure things are heating up. I have no idea. Same thing, there's wars going on. I have no idea. But there is this intention on the part of our own ego, which is projected out into the so-called external world around us, right? Because we want to illuminate the things that divide us and choose sides. That is not love, but that is what we do. And I would tell you really quickly, with me, I'm coming out of this really long stint of being plant-based, let's say, right? I went from like vegetarian to vegan to raw vegan, fruitarian, all that stuff. And at home right now, there is a beef birria beautiful concoction in my oven being prepared because I wanted to try making these tacos that I ate at a local restaurant a couple weeks ago. And it's like I see my judgment. I was becoming what I was with these dietary changes in my life, you know, the plant-based thing, but I had no idea how much judgment I was putting on other people who weren't eating that way, as if it was bad for them. I was making it bad for them because I was choosing to do something differently. So that the mechanics of what the mind does with judgment is just limitless. You know, we will push people so far away because of something that we fear for our own bodies or for our own self. And it's until you have the capacity to kind of change and tweak things in your life to realize how you shut whole people out because of one little thing about their lives that you no longer agree with or you're going through your own journey with. So check yourself on that. If you're doing that, learn from my mistake and open yourself back up to whoever you've shut out because of these judgments. All right. It is impossible to see two worlds which have no overlap of any kind. Seek for the one, the other disappears, but one remains. They are the range of choice beyond which your decision cannot go. The real and the unreal are all there. The real and the unreal are all there are to choose between, and nothing more than these. Today we will attempt no compromise where none is possible. The world you see is proof you have already made a choice as all-embracing as its opposite. What we would learn today is more than just the lesson that you cannot see two worlds. It is also teaching us that the one you see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it, which is your mind. You're the one that's making it consistent, not all of the evidence in the studies or the external validation that you can find. It's your mind, your perception. It is all a piece because it stems from one emotion and reflects its source in everything you see. The fear is the emotion, and our perception is the source of fear is out there. The source of fear is that person or that processed food or that meat or that cheese or that, the people who don't do raw foods, like that lettuce and that, that neighborhood, that colored person, whatever it is, right? That, and I didn't mean like colored, I meant like that color of a person. Okay. But you know what I'm saying, right? We believe that we're, operating on some form of intellectual awareness and street smarts or something, but really what we're doing is getting super comfortable with our judgments and thinking that what we see is real, but we're actually creating it, and it's being colored by the lens of our fears. 6 times today, in thanks and gratitude, we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought that ends all compromise and doubt and go beyond them all as one. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, nor attempt to bring with us a little part of unreality as we devote our minds to finding only what is real. Begin your searching for the other world by asking for a strength beyond your own and recognizing what it is you seek. You do not want illusions, and you come to these 5 minutes emptying your hands of all the petty treasures of this world. You wait for God to help you as you say, "It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world that I may find my freedom and deliverance. God will be there, for you have called upon the great unfailing power which will take this giant step with you in gratitude. Nor will you fail to see his thanks expressed in tangible perception and in truth. You will not doubt what you will look upon, for though it is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. And you will know God's strength upheld you as you made this choice. Dismiss temptation easily today whenever it arises, merely by remembering the limits of your choice. The unreal or the real, the false or true is what you see and only what you see. Perception is consistent with your choice, and hell or heaven comes to you as one. Accept a little part of hell as real, and you have damned your eyes and cursed your sight, and what you will behold is hell indeed. Yet the release of heaven still remains within your range of choice to take the place of everything that hell would show to you. All you need to say to any part of hell, whatever form it takes, is simply this: it is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want. It is impossible to see two worlds. Well, good luck with this one today. It's super revealing. It's already working its magic on me. Got some awareness that came through, a little journaling, and just being out here in the woods in the quiet and the peace and kind of contemplating these things is just so, it's such a blessing that I'm able to do this. I'm really grateful, and I just love the process that's happening in me and for me, and that you get to witness me going through some changes, and hopefully it inspires you to be brave enough to question everything and then take action in your life to actively do something that's against what you believed was the only way for you, or the only way, period, and see what unfolds. See who else shows up in your, view of the world outside of you that you have pushed away because of your fear. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. I love you, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow.